If you want excitement.
If he hits it, he is a hero in Michigan for years to come. Brabbs from 44 for the Michigan win. Kick on the way. He might have it. He did it! Michigan win!
If you want defense with reckless abandon.
Being chased now by Spytek, pumps once. Oh, is he drilled by Victor Hobson at the Michigan 49.
If you want offense with big plays everywhere.
He heaves it deep right side. Bellamy open. Touchdown, Ronald Bellamy. Gets a nice block, cuts it upfield. Now outside at the 15, to the 10. He'll dive forward, and it is touchdown, Michigan.
If you want to get physical. If you want to win.
Perry, touchdown Michigan. Wolverines win it.
You won Michigan. And if you wanted fingernail-biting finishes, Michigan provided all that and more in 2002. 3 of their first 4 games were decided by 3 points or less. In the Big Ten season, Michigan Stadium saw its first overtime contest, and overall, the Wolverines had 8 of their 13 games decided by 8 points or less. All but 2 of them were victories. It was high drama for a full 3 months. Join us now as we take you back to the Wolverines of 2002 as they roared down to the wire. Michigan football entered the 2002 season unlike any campaign in many years. They were coming off a season where they hadn't finished strong, and this group was determined to start strong and continue. Their opener would be the first acid test. Highly regarded Washington visited Ann Arbor, and the Wolverines started strong indeed.
And Navarre gives the ball to Perry. Huge hole up the middle, though, 50 breaking through. He's going to go 40, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Michigan. 57 yards by Chris Perry right up the middle. Handoff is fake to Perry. Back to throw. Navarre going deep. Braylon Edwards is open, goes up, has a touchdown. Michigan. Braylon Edwards went up above Rock Alexander to haul it in.
That 14-0 Wolverine lead evaporated, and the game began a seesaw pattern as the clock rolled toward the finish.
3rd down and 20. Pickett pumps once, now going deep right sideline into double coverage, and it's caught at the 10. Caught by Charles Frederick. He's going to go in for a touchdown. And Washington has the lead with under 10 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. A miraculous catch by Frederick in double coverage. Remember, Navarre's a big fella, too. He may sneak it. Nope, he's going to give to Perry. Right side, pulls his way to the goal line. Touchdown, Michigan. Chris Perry ties the game with a 2-yard burst off the right side. Pickett will hold. It'll be a 31-yard attempt from the left hash. The ball placed down. The kick by Anderson. Up in the air long enough, and it is good, and Washington has regained the lead. 41 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Washington 23. Michigan 21. Out to the left, Bellamy is the only wide out. He's got single coverage. They'll run the ball with Perry cutting back in the middle. Touchdown, Michigan! Chris Perry is in the end zone for the 2nd time today. And the Wolverines have regained the lead 27-23 with 12:40 left in the football game. Tuiasosopa is the fullback. And he gets the fake, the toss to Alexis around the left side. Touchdown!
There's the option.
Yep, the option. Look, Julius Curry got out to hit him at the 1, but Alexis had the angle on him, the momentum toward the goal line, and Washington is on top again, 29-28. Joe Scroy will snap it. John Navarre will put it down at the 12, at the 17. The kick on its way. High enough, long enough, but it's wide to the right and no good. Well, all the pressure on a new kicker. And he failed to come through. And now with 1:24 to go, the only good news is Michigan has 3 timeouts remaining.
In the final moments, Michigan moved to within field goal range.
Four receivers split wide. James Sims in the lineup for Carruthers. Here's the snap to Navarre. The blitz coming. He fires sideline. Braylon Edwards has it. Is hit. Fumbled the ball. Butler recovers at the 43. They're going to rule he caught it.
They are.
They're going to. And Butler made an alert move because Edwards thought he had just dropped it.
Butler made a great play.
Edwards stood there and watched the ball. He thought it was incomplete. A break for the Wolverines. They're down and 10. Navarre in the gun. Three receivers split wide. Remember, they need about 20 yards. 12 seconds left. Navarre to throw. Here comes the blitz. He steps up in the pocket. And there are flags down as he fires incomplete down the middle.
There were 12 players on the defense. Illegal participation. 15-yard penalty.
Oh, my.
First down.
That will move the ball to the 27-yard line. And with 6 seconds left, Jim, it'll set up a 44-yard field goal attempt.
Kicker Philip Brabbs was called on from 44 yards away to win it.
Scroy sends it back. Navarre's got it down. The kick is on its way. Long enough. Michigan wins!
I guess my dream this season was to kick a game winner against Notre Dame from 55 yards, and I wasn't thinking a game winners would come this early, but felt great. I mean, that's as a kicker, that's all you want to do is come in and just get a chance to put everything on your shoulders and come through. I mean, that's the pressure that kickers love.
And we knew we had a pretty good defense against the run, and everybody just fit their holes right, and then people just kept on making plays, getting a lot of people to the ball. And that's what we did. That's what we focused on during 2 days of stopping the run, and we came out and did that.
The emotional win sent Michigan into Game 2 against Western Michigan on a roll, and the Broncos couldn't stop it.
Ferry Hogan, the tight end, is in the backfield. And here's Brock to throw. He is hit. The ball bounces up in the air. It's now on the turf and loose at the 26. And it looks like Western got it back, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
Oh, did that pocket ever cave?
Back goes Brock, and he's going to be sacked on third down and short. And that pocket just collapsed around him. And down there at the bottom of the pile is Emmanuel Cassius. John Drock back in at quarterback, dropping to throw, looking left, fires sideline, batted in the air by Brandon Williams, intercepted by Victor Hobson. He heads the other way and will be tripped up by Antonio Thomas. And Michigan gets the ball on the turnover.
Over the ground and through the air, the Wolverines were just too much.
And back to throw Navarre. Setting up, fires down the middle. Touchdown, Benny Joffrey. Reached up in the air and made a fingertip catch. And Michigan is on top 6-0. In motion to the right. Here comes Underwood dancing up the middle to the goal line. Touchdown, Michigan. David Underwood goes in. Navarre to throw. Pumps once. Now going deep. Into the end zone. Braylon Edwards. Touchdown. Perry with him in the backfield. 5 left on the play clock as Navarre goes back. Play action fake. Throws in the right flat, caught by Askew. He's down to the 5. He dives over a man. Touchdown, Michigan. What a leap by Askew over the body of Tony Carr. And he stretched that ball out to the goal line for a Michigan touchdown. Here's Navarre to throw on third down. Blitz coming. He's going to unload deep left sideline. And it is caught for a touchdown by Braylon Edwards. What separation from the corner, Sam Reynolds. Braylon Edwards' second touchdown of the game from 39 yards out. And it is 34-6 Michigan.
Michigan cruised to a 35-12 win.
First down at the 31. Nobody in the backfield. Munson throws the ball, batted in the air, intercepted by Dan Romashek. He's going the other way to the 45, down to the 40 of Western Michigan. And he's finally wrestled down at the 37-yard line.
And headed to South Bend for a date with Notre Dame.
I grew up the biggest Notre Dame fan in the world. I've only been there once in my life. This will be my second and only time. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be very exciting. We got to be ready.
When you're a backup and you're watching, you know, you're into the game. You want to be in there, you know, but you really can't bond with them in practice and, you know, and sweat it out with them. You know, you're going through the same thing as anybody else out there now. You know, I am. And, you know, it's on and off the field. We have a good relationship with all the guys up front. I think that's going to help in our success.
Against the Irish, it was Michigan's defense that stepped up first.
Carlisle Holiday maybe changing the play at the line. He drops to throw. Fires quickly on a slant. Intercepted at the 19. And there goes Marlon Jackson for a touchdown the other way.
A key moment in this game occurred just before the half. On a quarterback draw, the Irish quarterback fumbled on the 1. The refs didn't see it and awarded Notre Dame a score. A touchdown that wasn't became key points in the game. Instead of a 9-7 deficit, the Wolverines were forced to fight back from a 16-7 halftime disadvantage, thanks to the missed fumble. But fight back they did. The Wolverines roared back in the third quarter to score 10 unanswered points. The key play was a special teams turnover forced by the fired-up Wolverines.
And here's the kickoff. High and short. Battle comes running up, grabs it on the 15. He's to the 20, through a hole, 25, over the 30, ripping at the ball. It's loose, and Michigan has recovered on the 32 of Notre Dame.
Chris Perry turned the turnover into points as he roared in from 2 yards out, and Michigan had a 17-16 lead. But Notre Dame used a Michigan turnover to score 9 unanswered points of their own to take a 25-17 lead. It could have been more, except for a fired-up Michigan defense, which sacked Irish quarterback Carlisle Holiday on a key 3rd down to force a field goal.
Wolverines 6 defensive back showing blitz. Here comes Holiday to throw. He's stepping up. He's going to run. He's hit from behind by Hobson and dropped on the 29.
Nonetheless, the lead was 8, and Michigan had just 7 minutes left to erase it. John Navarre was up to the task, and he brought Michigan back. He completed 4 of 7 passes under immense pressure. He scrambled for another first down to keep the drive alive. And finally, with just under 3 minutes to play, he finished.
Edwards in front of the right. Edwards coming in motion to the wide side of the field. Navarre to throw. Looking. Fires in the end zone. Touchdown, Benny Joffrey. He got open under the goal post in front of Courtney Watson, the linebacker. And with 2:53 to go, Michigan has scored.
Trailing by 2, the Wolverines needed a 2-point conversion to send it to overtime. But sadly, it wasn't to be this time. And Michigan's valiant effort fell short, 25-23.
We didn't play good as a defense today. The way we're capable of playing, we got to go back and make some changes and correct them. Just come out next week and play hard.
We knew they had a great defense, and they're very athletic, and they knew they turned the ball, get the ball when they were on defense. So, you know, we turned it over too many times and hurt us bad.
We did a good job, you know what I'm saying, as a defense. We just gotta stop the mistakes, you know what I'm saying, and come out and play harder next week, you know what I'm saying. They had a few big plays in there, and that's what cost us, you know what I'm saying, times in the game. If we just, all we gotta do is just regroup and come back strong next week.
Just hearing the fans cheer for you and, you know, yell for your team, and after a win, you know, just everyone just being so supportive of you around here, and just being around your friends, you know, after a win, and just realizing how the hard work really pays off in the end.
You might be able to remember when you got an interception and ran it back for a touchdown or something, but I think it's more exciting when you think about when we won the game and everybody was running around hugging each other and slapping fives. You know, I think that gets guys more excited on this team. So I think it comes from just the way guys were brought up and the way our coaches are. You know, our coaches always emphasize team aspect, team, and that's what it really is all about, because you win as a team and lose as a team. I don't care what you did individually on the field. You know, you can help the team, but I think that's why most of the memories are more of a team type memory.
Wearing the winged helmet, being a part of a tradition that's just outstanding.
Stinging from the loss, the sign of character is coming back strong. And Michigan did just that the following week against a very good Utah squad.
Far back to throw. Looking left, firing end zone. Braylon Edwards, touchdown, Michigan. He lost the safety, Antoine Sanders.
The Wolverine defense asserted itself against the Utes.
Back to throw, Shante Orr on the big rush, and down goes Lance Rice on the 30 on the sack by Shante Orr.
The visitors managed just 17 yards net rushing.
Utah comes out in the eye. The other fellas go off. The ball handed to Perulitz. And Victor Hobson is in the backfield to drill him back on the 26 for a 6-yard loss on the play.
Julius Curry picked off a pair of enemy passes.
On 3rd and 9, back goes Rice. He's firing deep near sideline. Intercepted. It was overthrown. Julius Curry picked it off. He dodges 2 men the other way. 25, the 20 up the sideline and out of bounds at the 15-yard line. 3 wideouts. Rice in the gun to throw. Looking left, firing deep to the sideline. The ball's tipped. Intercepted by Julius Curry. Ball game, Michigan.
As Michigan rebounded with a tough victory to set them up for a run at the Big Ten.
It's time to get down and dirty. You know, it's like we got 8 more games, and we got to go out there and we got to win. We can't give up the big plays like we did in the first 4 games, and because we're trying to do big things this year.
Came in there, had to step it up, get the job done. We came out as a team and played great. I just wanted to contribute and help the other 10 guys out there.
We know the things that we got to get corrected. Everybody's excited. The chemistry is still there. We might have lost one, but everybody's still in it together, still working for the same goal.
Opening the conference schedule on the road against Illinois, the defending league champs, was no easy task, but Michigan was up to it.
3 wideouts now on 3rd down and 13. Blitz coming. Here comes Drake chasing Butcher on the roll to the right. Butcher gets rid of it, and it's picked off by Michigan at the 34-yard line. Marlon Jackson running it back inside the 20, down to the 15-yard line. On 1st and goal, everybody jams in tight. Toss sweep. Chris Perry around the left side. Good block by Askew. Touchdown, Michigan. Chris Perry in from a yard out, his 5th rushing TD of the year, and the Wolverines have the lead 6-3. Navarre taps his right hip, the ball on the left hash mark. That's a signal to the receiver. Now he flips one out on a little fade corner of the end zone of Bellamy, right side, touchdown Michigan. And the Wolverines answer the Illini score with a quick drive of their own, and they go back on top with 5:39 remaining in the first quarter.
With a 14-13 lead after 1 quarter, the Wolverines exploded for 31 unanswered points.
Now the tight end Fisher splits out to the right, the second tight end. Here's Navarre to throw a quick slant. Edwards touchdown on the left side. Great move inside of Eugene Wilson, the corner, for a quick 6-yard TD throw, and the Wolverines lead at 20-13. Dropping the throw, straight 4-man rush going down the middle. Joffrey juggles it. What a catch at the 2, and he goes in the end zone. Touchdown Michigan. Benny Joffrey with a spectacular TD grab. Here's a play action fake, a bootleg right by Navarre. Wide open in the end zone. He flips it for a touchdown to Benny Joffrey. His 2nd touchdown of the ball game. And Michigan leads at 34-13. Turns, gives the ball to Perry. Up the right side. Touchdown Michigan. Chris Perry diving straight ahead. Carries it in. With some strong blocking up front, it was Adam Stenovich who laid the big lick on up front, and Chris Perry carries it in for the 2nd time in the ball game, and Michigan leads it 41-13.
The defense didn't take the day off either.
Single setback. Butcher with the tight end to the left. Back a quick 2 steps. Blitz coming, and he is drilled by Cato June at the 42-yard line. And he's lucky he held on to the ball.
3 sacks and 3 interceptions spoiled the Illini's day as Michigan rolled 45-28.
Play action fake. Butcher to throw down the middle. The ball's deflected in the air. Jackson picks it off on the 11 and falls forward to the 10-yard line. His 2nd interception of the ball game and the 3rd for the Wolverines.
We made our adjustments at halftime, and that really helped our defense. Coaches made some great defensive calls, getting pressure. So, I thought we did a much better job in the second half.
I worked hard this week in practice, and we really had a great practice, and I was excited and well prepared, and I think that's the reason why we came out and played so well on offense.
The next week at Michigan Stadium was a classic. Penn State and the Wolverines battled down to the wire and beyond.
There goes Tony Johnson in motion leftward. Brian Johnson is set. Draw play. Up the middle comes Johnson. Down to the 10. Down to the 5. He's into the end zone for a Penn State touchdown. Well, let's see what Navarre does here. 2nd down. Goal to go. Navarre's going to sneak it. Lunges forward. We wait for a signal. Touchdown, Michigan. Back goes Mills to throw. He's looking down the middle. Fires into the end zone. It is caught for a touchdown by the tight end, Mike Lukac. Only his 2nd catch of the year. And it goes for a 9-yard score that gives Penn State the lead. 13-7 with 2:40 to play in Ann Arbor.
3 times Michigan trailed. 3 times they battled back.
Navarre taps his face mask, now his side. And he drops to throw. Fade route, left corner. Edwards adjusting to the ball. Touchdown, Michigan. There is a flag down in the end zone. That is probably pass interference on Gardner. Mills in the shotgun. Will fake the handoff, fire on a post cut, and it's a touchdown to Brian Johnson, and he beat Marlon Jackson cleanly. Joffrey on the right. The book in motion, back goes Navarre, pumps once, looking right, pumps back in the middle. It is caught for a touchdown by Braylon Edwards.
At the end of regulation, it was tied at 21. The Nittany Lions had the first possession in overtime, and Marlon Jackson made the biggest play of the game to deny Penn State a touchdown.
Bryant Johnson to the right, 3rd and goal, Mills to throw. He's firing near side to Johnson, and he can't hold it. Broken up by Marlon Jackson.
On the Wolverines' overtime possession, it was time to be physical. The Wolverines pounded Penn State up front, and Chris Berry and the offensive line finally won it.
Here's Sanderson moving in motion right. They're going to run that way. Hand it to Perry. Burst up the middle, into the end zone. Touchdown! Michigan wins in overtime!
I have seen Chris Perry run hard before, but on that run, he came out of the game the previous play. I mean, he was about a 45-degree angle to the ground and just pulled his way into the end zone. Nobody was going to deny him that touchdown.
Remember earlier in the game, the apparent touchdown he scored where the officials ruled he didn't get in. This time he wanted it. Here come the Wolverines down to the student section where they're all decked out in maize. And just look at this scene. Soak it in, everybody. Flash bulbs popping everywhere after Michigan wins in overtime 27-24.
You know, we came out here, we fought hard, everybody fought hard. You know, the line did a great job blocking, the defense did a great job making a stand in overtime. And we just, you know, when we woke up this morning, everybody was just saying make plays. That's what we did tonight. We made plays.
That's a great win. You just did something that's never been done against Penn State in our history. Won 6 in a row. Now, and you know, you just kept fighting. You kept fighting. And that offense put together a great drive. But I don't want to go through the game. I just want to congratulate you. You deserve this. You fought back. You played like champions today.
We're able to hold them. I mean, it's all about team defense. I mean, football is the ultimate team game. You can't win unless you have all 11 guys. I mean, one guy doesn't do his job, then you can lose. I mean, so it means, that just means that all 11 guys came together and played as a team.
After an emotionally draining win against Penn State, the Wolverines went on the road to Purdue, and in a tough place to win, the Wolverines were businesslike in a 23-21 victory, with the defense making the difference early.
Gives the ball to Harris, trying to get outside left. Victor Hobson fights off a hold and makes the tackle back on the 20-yard line.
That is just a great football play by Victor Hobson.
In the shotgun, Pierce to throw. Here comes Kashima around the corner on the rush, and there's a sack for the Wolverines. Kashima forced it. He got Pierce to backpedal and then go left, and there waiting for him were Romashek and Lazarus. Dropping to throw, 3-man rush. He's got time. He's gunning one down the middle, and it's picked off by Zach Hoffman. He breaks the tackle back there at the 15 and now says, I'm going to a knee.
And the offense, thanks to big plays from John Navarre, Braylon Edwards, and Calvin Bell, making the difference late.
Navarre taking the ball to Perry, dropping to throw. He's looking deep on a post cut. Edwards open. Touchdown, Michigan. He beat Jock Reeves on the post cut. Braylon Edwards. Here's a reverse. Perry to Bell around the left side with a lot of running room. And a convoy in front to the 15. Navarre with a block. 10, 5, touchdown. Calvin Bell on the reverse. 34 yards, and give John Navarre credit for helping to pave the road for him.
I like jumping to go get the ball, and they realize that, so it just works. But the thing that you don't see is how Ryan runs good inside routes, Tyrese runs good inside routes. He set me up on the outside, so all I can do is catch the ball. That's my job.
We want to stop the run and make them throw the ball. I mean, they're a good job at throwing the ball, but we wanted to shut down the run so that they had no choice but to throw the ball.
That's what you come to Michigan for, to play in the big game, the tough game. You know what I'm saying? Come down to the wire to make a play. In the defense, I know the offense want to be on the field. Defense, we want to be on the field when, you know what I'm saying, when the time runs out. And that's the way we like it.
I feel like we became a family here. Every guy that I met, you know, like they're my brother. So, I cherish that, and I'll never forget any of those guys, and keep in touch with them forever.
One thing about Michigan, we have guys from all over the country, so you're always learning about new cultures, new people's what they did back home, and going to visit their home. And those guys are right. You know, it's truly been a family to me, not just the guys here this year, but even when I was a younger guy. And we had those seniors like Rob Renis and James Hall and Ian Gold and Dahani Jones. You know, I just remember those guys letting me stay at their house, or James Whitley cooking us food when we were broke and didn't have anything to eat. So, you know, it's just some memories that always be in my mind forever, and just happy to be here.
Michigan returned home the next week for a showdown game with high-flying Iowa. And in the first half, Iowa was as good as advertised. They scored on their first possession and rolled out to a 10-0 lead before the end of the first quarter. Finally, the tide turned just before the half. The Wolverines needed a spark, and they got one from the special team.
Bradley standing just beyond the goal line, gets the snap. Here comes the rush. He fumbled the ball. He fumbled the ball back on the 3-yard line, and Michigan has got it.
Well, that sure is a big penalty, isn't it?
Tyrese Butler was coming on the rush, and I don't know whether he caught the eye of Bradley or not.
Chris Perry made the Hawkeyes' mistake even bigger when he scored 2 plays later, and the Wolverines, who had been outgained 2-1 by Iowa, were right back in it, 10-6. The Wolverines continued their roll in the third quarter. On their opening possession of the second half, they ground out 55 yards in 11 plays and got to within 1 point of the Hawkeyes thanks to a 40-yard field goal from Adam Finley. The defense then rose up. Iowa went nowhere on their first possession and were forced to punt. It was time for Michigan to take control, but the unthinkable then happened.
Iowa leading 10-9. The snap, no pressure. Bradley kicks it away, and a good one. He'll drive Curry back. Curry grabs it on his 25, juggles the ball, fumble. It bounces loose at the 15. Iowa has recovered. It was picked up by Scott Bolin, and he's down at the 12-yard line.
Iowa pounced on the turnover, regained momentum, and the game turned completely. By the time Michigan recovered emotionally, Iowa had run away from a stunned group of Wolverines, and the 34-9 final was a bitter pill to swallow.
We were trying to get after him, trying to stop the run, and did pretty good for the first half. Second half, it kind of got away from us.
It's tough trying to get that ball moving, and you know, it hurts us when you become a one-dimensional offense. You know, they know what you're going to do, so it's difficult.
Now our focus is going to turn to Michigan State, and got to come back and kind of rebound and get going.
Rebounding from the Iowa game would be a tall order. Coaches like to tell players that the opposition won't feel sorry for you. And clearly, when the Wolverines took the field against Michigan State the next week, the Spartans would not feel badly at all about the Wolverines' loss to Iowa. It was up to Michigan to get that taste out of their mouths. And the Spartans were in the wrong place at the wrong time. It was no contest in the annual states' rights battle. The Wolverines were dominant.
Navarre straight back in the hole to throw. He's got a lot of time. He heaves it deep right side. Bellamy open. Touchdown, Ronald Bellamy. Great catch over the shoulder, and Navarre threw it right on the money. He hit him in stride. Navarre back to throw. Look out. Pressure blindside. Fires back left. Joppru's open. 5. Cuts downfield. It's a touchdown for Benny Joppru in Michigan. Here's Navarre to throw. Looking left, and he's going to heave it for Bellamy, and he's wide open. He's got it at the 10. Touchdown, Michigan. And Jim, there's your out and up. That's the play that the Spartans broke up earlier on the out cut, and this time Bellamy went out and then took off upfield, and he was wide open for the touchdown.
The key to the win was senior running back B.J. Askew. He had a career day, rushing for 149 yards and 2 scores. The Spartans had no answer for Askew.
Navarre calling the signals, turns, gives the ball to Askew, bouncing off left tackle. Touchdown, Michigan! B.J. Askew takes it in, and the Wolverines have the lead 6-3. 3 tight end look now. Navarre gives to Askew, left side. Touchdown, Michigan! B.J. Askew in the end zone for the second time of the ball game. And Michigan's senior running back out of Cincinnati, Ohio, enjoying a career day.
They also had no answer for the Michigan defense, which limited MSU to just 59 yards rushing.
They try to run wide with Moss, and that's hopeless. Larry Stevens meets him back on the 7, and here comes the cavalry.
2 of 14 on third down conversions.
Dowdell on a bootleg to the right, and he's got all kinds of room. He throws instead, and oh my goodness, Jackson knocks it out of the arms of Knott, and it's incomplete. And what a hit by Marlon Jackson.
And just 3 points.
Michigan drops 4 men deep. Dowdell to throw. He's going to scramble out of there. Massey in pursuit, so is Kashima. Kashima with a sack back on the 38. He lost 15 yards.
Everybody got into the act against the Spartans.
And he's going to sprint out to the left to throw. He fires it on the move, and it's intercepted over the 30-yard line by the Wolverines. Coming back the other way, Michigan is going to have the ball inside the 15-yard line. That ball was picked off by Blake Nassif. How do you like that? Blake gets in the ball game and gets an interception on his first play.
21 points in the first half and 28 in the second half, added up to a 49-3 victory for Michigan.
Third down and inches. Bracken with a handoff. Right side, big hole. Timmy Bracken. Touchdown, Michigan. And it is 48-3 with 1:03 remaining.
They had rebounded big and put any doubts behind them.
Coming off a loss and then, still trying to prove that if we still got the fight in us. It was very big for us to win this game, and then we lost last year, so we had to get that taste out of our mouth. So.
That was a great defensive plan by the coaches. I mean, wherever we lined up at, we had them covered pretty good. So, I mean, it was a great defensive plan by the coaches, and we just executed defense well.
The oldest trophy in collegiate football would be at stake next for the Wolverines. The little brown jug goes up for grabs when Michigan and Minnesota square off. And for 13 straight meetings, Michigan has taken the jug home with them. This meeting would make it 14 in a row.
Running play left. Perry cuts it upfield, breaks a tackle at the 10, down to the 5, spins into the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan. Chris Perry breaking several tackles on the way.
The Gophers, unbeaten at home, saw Michigan explode away from a 17-17 tie in the third quarter with 24 unanswered points.
And they're going to try to break through, and they do, and the kick is blocked by Pierre Woods. And the ball is picked up by the Wolverines. They're going to have it on the 10-yard line. It was blocked by Pierre Woods, and then Calvin Bell picked it up, and the Wolverines turn field position right around with a big special teams play. And the Bar's going to throw a fade into the right corner of the end zone. Edwards up in the air, and he makes the catch for a touchdown. Braylon Edwards with a terrific grab. And here's Abdul Khalik to throw, gunning it down the middle, and it is caught at the 40-yard line or intercepted. It's intercepted. There was a battle for the ball, a dual possession play, and Jeremy LeSueur outfought Tony Patterson for it, and he gets the interception at the 40.
It was a total team win as the offense, running and passing, the defense, and the special teams all had a hand in the rout.
It's B.J. Askey running at tailback. Big hole. Breaks back to his left. 45-40. He's off to the races. 20, 15, 10, 5, and Bobby DeAngelo Askew Jr. has done it again. 59 yards. Touchdown, Michigan. It's Abdul Khalik fires. The ball's tipped in the air, and Joey Serrano picks it off and goes down at the 25-yard line. And the Wolverines cause another turnover.
Well, I'm showing the coaches that I know what's going on. I'm paying a lot more attention in meetings, taking a lot of notes, watching more film and just showing up in practice. You know, you got to do that. When you move up, when Lawrence Reed got hurt and I moved up to second string, that responsibility just gets that much more, and it takes that much more work.
Yeah, I don't know what I would have done if we would have lost the game. I don't know if I could have come back home and gone with my friends at all. So I'm glad we pulled that one out. We finished really strong, and it was a great win over here in Minnesota.
It means a lot, to know everybody back home calling me, telling me they see me. My family in Jamaica, they all get together in one place on a big screen and watch me down there. So it feels good. It doesn't really get to my head, but it just feels great to know everybody's watching me back home and to be able to contribute to the team, too.
You're playing for one of the best universities in the country, and that's something that nobody can take away from you. Just same as getting a degree from the University of Michigan. It's just a great experience and something that you can have with you forever. It's something that you can tell people about forever, and just a memory that you'll never forget.
It just means team. I mean, it means family. It means winning. It means success.
That you're well respected. You're going to get your opponent's best punch every time. Just tradition. You think about the guys before you that are worn in helmet, and that you're going to go out there and you're going to play for those guys. You're going to play for not only your current teammates, but the past teammates, the guys that wore uniforms. And it's a great experience.
The 41-24 win sent Michigan home to entertain Wisconsin, and the Badgers fared no better than the Gophers. This time, though, the Wolverines broke a 14-14 tie in the third quarter with a meat-grinding 16-play drive. They were 4 of 4, converting on third downs on the march. 30 yards came on the ground, the other 48 through the air in a display of near-perfect balance. And the final dagger at Wisconsin came from the arm of Navarre.
Here comes Edwards in motion left. A fake to Askew. Navarre to throw. Guns it. It's caught at the 3. Braylon Edwards lunging forward. Touchdown, Michigan. Through the tackle of Ryan Allen, the safety. And the Wolverines are on top 20-14.
The 21-14 lead held up the rest of the way thanks to a dominant defense that refused to be broken. The Wolverines harassed the Badgers' backs, receivers, and quarterback throughout the final 30 minutes and shut them out for the 21-14 Wolverine win.
Bollinger to throw, 3-man rush, going down the middle, way overthrown, incomplete, and Michigan takes over on downs.
The DBs did a great job. I heard them talking and saying that they can't get open on us. They can't get open on us, and that's a great thing to hear as a D lineman because you know that he's going to hold the ball a little bit longer. So, yeah, they did a great job today.
That's what we work on, you know what I'm saying? You have to work on the things that might happen. So third and long, work on a lot in practice. So we have a playbook designed for that, and we utilize it today.
In their finale against Ohio State, the Wolverines did everything but win against the nation's top-ranked team. It was an emotional, hard-fought contest. Every snap was a key play. It was as good a college football game as you'll see. But the breaks, some of them self-made, some of them out of your control, made a huge difference. In this game, 2 plays turned out to be huge. One was an interference call on Michigan defensively in the first quarter.
3rd and 9 at the 10, still in the gun. Krenzel to throw, looking left, firing on a slant cut, interference. Jeremy LeSueur came right over the back of Michael Jenkins at the 2-yard line to try to break the play up.
And the sad part is the ball was behind the receiver, Jenkins, and it wouldn't have been complete anyway.
The call on 3rd down gave the Bucks a 1st and goal, and they scored 7 instead of 3. Later in the second quarter, with Michigan trailing 7-6, John Navarre hooked up with Braylon Edwards for what looked like the go-ahead score.
Edwards and Avant to the right.
There's the blitz.
The blitz indeed. Askew picks it up. Navarre throwing it on a fade route, right corner of the end zone. Juggled and caught for a touchdown by Braylon Edwards after he knocked down Chris Gamble. And there is a flag down in the end zone, and we're going to have to wait to see who the penalty is against. Interference on Michigan.
Well, Braylon Edwards running the fade route again with the height to get up there and get the ball, and it was a good job, and Braylon Edwards pulled Vance down with his right hand. Good call by the official.
The offensive interference call took a TD away from Michigan, and they converted a field goal for a 9-7 lead. But clearly in this tight a game, those points were critical. Throughout the second half of this classic, Michigan's defense was outstanding.
Barrett the only setback on 2nd down and 9 at the 34-yard line for Ohio State. Back goes the quarterback, Krenzel, and he's going to be sacked back there at the 28-yard line. Victor Hobson got through on the blitz from the outside, and he met Norman Hoyer in the backfield.
They stood toe-to-toe with the Bucks and slugged it out. They allowed the Bucks just one more score. On offense, Michigan was doing everything right, except getting into the end zone. They outgained Ohio State by more than 100 yards. They outpossessed them by nearly 10 minutes. They ran 89 plays to the Bucks' 48. They converted 12 of 22 third downs to the Bucks' 1 of 8. They doubled Ohio State's first downs 26-13. But on the scoreboard at the end, Ohio State had 14 and Michigan had 9. Those early breaks for critical points had cost Michigan dearly.
Definitely hurt when we lost Carl. We had to step it up a lot. We've been losing our linebackers, feels like once a week. We had, I feel like every man played their best though. We took the proper precautions. We knew what we were doing, just didn't get the job done.
We were able to move the ball, but we couldn't put it in the end zone. And, we had 3 field goals, but you like to get touchdowns when you get in the red zone. When we did, and that hurt us at the end.
you get a degree from here, and it really means a lot. It means a lot to you. It means a lot to your family. It means a lot to people who've graduated from here, and you can really hold your head up high.
Getting a degree from a great university like Michigan is means a lot, and it can do a lot for you.
The academic staff here does a great job, and the coaches really push you to, graduate on time here. And it's something that I've worked hard for, and it's something that I'll definitely appreciate.
I think that the degree at Michigan just really opens up a lot of doors for you. Coach Carr always says that even when he recruits you, he's not recruiting just athletes. He recruits guys that wants to come to class and graduate and get a degree. So, I'll be graduating in April, and who knows, man? Hopefully my football career keep going. But if not, I know that degree is something that nobody can ever take away from me. And it's gold. And like I said, it just means opportunities all across the country.
Despite the heartbreaker against Ohio State, Michigan was a very attractive team for the Bowl Scouts. And for the 7th straight year, the Wolverines were chosen to play in a highly coveted New Year's Day game. Michigan would spend the holidays in Tampa, Florida at the Outback Bowl, and they would battle the Florida Gators in one of the most attractive matchups of the bowl season. Preparation for the game in the warm sun of Florida was businesslike, but bowl trips are a reward for great play, and Michigan enjoyed the rewards. A trip to the beach at St. Petersburg to enjoy the Gulf of Mexico breezes gave the Wolverine players and family members a break from the work at practice.
A lot of snow back home. I think I'm lucky down here standing on a beach. The family down here just got in last night having a good time.
Some Wolverines also took the opportunity to enjoy one of Florida's many theme park attractions as they visited Busch Gardens near Tampa. It's all part of Bowl Week, and for Michigan, this was their 28th consecutive bowl appearance. But the focus of Bowl Week still remains the game, and Michigan didn't lose sight of the Florida Gators for 1 minute. And in this classic matchup, it was the Michigan defense that made the first big play.
And the snap goes over Grossman's head. Back inside the 10. Kashima racing for it. Fights Grossman for it. And Kashima comes up with a ball. Michigan recovers inside the 5-yard line.
Chris Perry converted the turnover into a 7-0 Wolverine lead. But Florida came back and took a 13-7 lead. Then came a defining moment. With 4th and goal from the Gators' 1-yard line, Lloyd Carr said, "We didn't come here to get close. We came to win." And Perry did the rest.
Florida, an 8-man line. Navarro under center, David Pearson. Turns, gives the ball to Perry, lunges over the top. Second effort, touchdown, Michigan. He was met in midair, but he bounced off the tackler, kept his feet, and then lunged into the end zone. Chris Perry has his second touchdown.
Still just before half, Florida regained the lead at 16-14. With 2:17 left before the break, Michigan's offense fired up again, and John Navarre was cool as ice under pressure to convert a big 3rd and 12.
3 wideouts, Navarre setting the throw. Look out, corner blitz. He steps up away from it and finds Joffrey open down the middle. 30, 25, 20, down to the 10 goes Benny. Joffrey tackled at the 8. What a job by John Navarre.
Then Navarre did it again to give Michigan the lead.
Navarre up under center at the 8, 2nd and goal, dropping the throw, pumps once. Now he can take off and run. Instead he fires, touchdown to the left side. Right to Ronald Bellamy, a step in the end zone, and the Wolverines are back on top. 20-16 with 27 seconds left in the half.
In a game where the lead changed 7 times, Michigan accounted for the last lead change in the 3rd quarter. The big play in the 80-yard drive to take control came through the air.
Navarre under center on 2nd and 5, dropping the throw, 4-man rush. He dumps it short over the middle. Edwards has it, cuts upfield, splits 2 men, 45, 50. Now it's a foot race. He is finally going to be hit down at the Florida 30 and goes down at the 27. Todd Johnson, the safety, got him, but it's a gain of 48 yards for Braylon Edwards.
The big play to finish the drive came on the ground.
Navarre up under center, single back, set again with Perry. Quick hitter, big hole. Perry inside the 5. Touchdown, Chris Perry for the 3rd time in the ball game. And the Wolverines are back on top. It's our 6th lead change. Michigan 27, Florida 23.
The Wolverines scored again to take a 35-23 lead as Perry scored his 4th of the day, a Michigan Bowl record, on his way to a game MVP performance. And an Adam Finley field goal put Florida in a world of hurt as they trailed 38-30 with the clock winding down. It was now up to the Wolverine defense to stem the tide, and they did. In 2 possessions trying to come back and tie it, the Wolverines swarmed all-world quarterback Rex Grossman for a pair of sacks. And then to close it out, the defense rose to the occasion one last time.
And here's Grossman giving the ball on the end around to Ratliff. He tosses it back on a reverse, and they want to throw the ball, and they finally do, and this one is intercepted. And going the other way is none other than Victor Hobson. It was Vernell Brown, the receiver, who threw it up for grabs under heavy pressure on the double reverse pass, and it was Victor Hobson who picked it off to seal the victory for the Wolverines.
The 38-30 victory over Florida gave the Wolverines a 10-win season against one of the toughest schedules in the country. It put them into the top 10 of the final national rankings once again. The Wolverines now own the longest streak in the country of 78 straight weeks ranked in both national polls.
Once we settled down, felt the game out, and once the coaches made the adjustments, we did a great job. We knew we had to stop the penalties. We just had to catch the ball, execute, and just run our offense, and we knew we could get into a groove.
The line was doing a great job running the ball, and as soon as we started running the ball, they started keying on that, and that's when the screens opened up. And so, Coach Malone did a great job getting the game plan ready, and the line and everybody else did a great job executing.
We won it on us at the end of the game. And so, they hit a few plays on us, but we kept our composure and we kept coming after them. We didn't get worried about it. We kept coming after them at play after play, and something's going to break. And, that's the key to a game. Just keep coming after them.
The defense stepped up good, especially the defensive line. They were able to put pressure on Rex Grossman the whole game, keep him running, keep him out of his comfort zone, and that made it easier for us, the linebackers and the DBs, and the defense was able to just click.
It's about consistent excellence. That's Michigan football. And the consistency will continue. With veteran quarterback John Navarre returning, along with a veteran offensive line, the core is still in Ann Arbor for excellence. Defensively, the aggressive attitude remains. Solid players return at key positions, while opportunities abound for new Wolverines to shine playing beside veteran leaders. It's about a program that competes in the classroom and in the country's great stadiums year in and year out with the nation's elite. It's about a program that wins.
They're going to run that way. Hand it to Perry. Burst up the middle. Into the end zone. Touchdown! Michigan wins in overtime!
It's the University of Michigan.